Our deepest fear is not that we're inadequate. Our deepest fear is that we are powerful beyond measure. It is your light, not your darkness, which most frightens you. We ask ourselves, who am I to be brilliant, gorgeous, talented, and fabulous? Actually, who are you not to be? You are a child of God. Your playing small does not serve the world. There is nothing enlightened about shrinking so that other people will not feel insecure around you. We are all meant to shine as children do. We were born to make manifest the glory of God that is within us. It is not just in some of us, it is in everyone. And as we let our own light shine, we unconsciously give others permission to do the same. As we are liberated from our own fears, our presence automatically liberates others. Marianne Williamson. I'd like to say hello and welcome to I Am the Change. I'm Michelle Simon Kelly, who swears I'm going to get rid of the Kelly by the end of this year. I'm probably going to do it before then. It was the first time in my life I had the same last name as my son, and I really love that. But I'm getting back to be my authentic self, and I'm going back to Michelle Simon because I'm no longer married anymore. I haven't been married for over 10 years, and I haven't changed my last name yet. So anyway, I just want to tell you guys, I started this off over 6 years ago, stating out loud that I was breaking up with fear, I was breaking up with shame, and I was breaking up with guilt, followed by a weekly video letting you all know how fear, shame, and guilt has not broken up with me yet. And I've had to work on this every year since then. And I've been working on it, but you know, it's like feel the fear and do it anyway. Not I don't get afraid, not I'm not scared to do things. But now I'm learning I can be scared and still move. You guys probably, you guys probably see me looking different today. I did the keratin on my hair yesterday because I have such frizzy hair. It's like pubic hair on your head. So the keratin treatment helps smooth it out so I don't have frizz, and I'm not going to stay this smooth and straight, which I used to do when I was still working, and I look more polished and people are nicer to me when I look like this. However, this is just not me anymore. I'm not polished. I look like a depressed woman in my 50s because I am a depressed woman in my 50s. And I just met somebody the other day, and she said that, you know, I lost weight and I don't look good. You know, I look too skinny. And at first I felt a little bit of shame about that. And then I realized, like, finally I'm starting to look how I feel. Instead of looking one way and being totally the opposite. I don't look well because I'm not. And I've been talking to you guys that I've been doing ketamine treatments for CRPS type 2, which is something I got diagnosed with after my 4th neck surgery. So it is internal nerve damage, and the pain is debilitating, and regular medicine that I used to take, pain medicine, doesn't really help. I'm on nerve pain medicine, and that doesn't really, it helped at first and now it's not really working. I did the 8 ketamine treatments, and you know, I wanted to see a result right away. And I'm so used to, you know, fast. We need everything fast. If the internet takes 30 seconds, people are like, oh, I'm sorry, my internet's so slow. And we have everything at the tip of our fingers, and we're so used to everything having it right away. And what I keep finding out is anything worth having takes work, and a lot of the times my answers do not come right away, and I have to be patient and wait, which is very difficult. And I used to react all the time and feel like I need to do something right this second to fix this or to make something happen. And a lot of times when I did that, I would have to go back and correct things because I made poor decisions and choices when I was reactive instead of now I can pause. And pause means pausing and using spiritual energy, which is waiting to hear from God. And how do I hear from God is from other people. And when I meditate, whenever I get an answer that is kind and loving and compassionate, I know that's God speaking to me. Anything that's like, oh, you shouldn't help her, or she's a taker, that is not God. That is my ego judging somebody. So that's how God speaks to me, that internal voice, that knowing. You know how you just know stuff sometimes and you can't put your finger on it, but you just feel it? And that's what happened to me last week, you guys. I did my 8 days of the ketamine, which I did not like it at all. The one day I felt really high, which was awful because I am a recovering alcoholic and addict. I am a recovering adult child, which means I come from a dysfunctional family, and I'm also a recovering food addict. So I'm off of sugar, flour, wheat, and caffeine, and it's gonna be 2 years by the time you see me next week, which that is a miracle too. So anyway, getting these nudges and these, my intuition, hearing things. Last week after my ketamine infusion, the doctor wanted me to do 3 more. And my first response was, okay. And I started to make arrangements for it. And then at the end of it, I told him, no, this isn't working. I'm not going to keep doing this. And I felt this peace come over me, like I'm doing the right thing. And I didn't second guess myself. I knew it was the right thing. And then I went to go get blood work, and I talked to one of my girlfriends, and she's like, a lot of times, Michelle, when you do things, that was your first time doing it, a lot of people don't have results right away. So then I started second guessing myself. Oh God, maybe I should do this. Maybe I should call the doctor. Then I tried. The next day I called the doctor, and I thought I needed him to call me back by a certain time. And if he didn't, I wasn't going to be able to get the treatments because I had to call the Tri-County Transit for my rides, and I needed to call them by a certain time, and it wasn't going to work out unless the doctor called me back. And I thought, if the doctor doesn't call me back, it's a sign. The doctor didn't call me back, and it was a sign. I was right the first time the day before. However, I let other people, tell me things, and not that they're wrong, but I had my gut intuition tell me, no more, Michelle, this isn't working. So I second guessed myself, and that's something I used to do all the time. I would make my decision, I would be okay with it, and then I would allow other people to talk me out of it. And then when it was wrong, I'd be like, God darn it, I knew this. So anyway, listening to myself the first time and being okay with that, I usually feel peace right away, but my normal thing is to go back and second guess myself after. And if I get enough people telling me their opinion, I used to change mine. And now it's still hard for me, but I'm still working on it. I have to go to meetings every single day to be reminded, Michelle, listen to your intuition. You were right the first time. No, this was your decision. Stick with it. This is me with help and support, and I have a hard time with it. So I can't imagine not having help and support and being able to follow through, because it's very hard for me to follow through with help and support, let alone not having it. So you guys, I am going today to my Sync recovery community. I am going to be with the Bucks County Drug Court, people who are in drug court. We are doing, I'm so excited for this, wood burning and painting. So I get to do this during the day. Am I in horrific pain? Absolutely. This sucks. But I can take my medicine and go and do it anyway. But my job right now is just to do the best that I can with what I have, have joy when I can, and I might be going to the Mayo Clinic in Minnesota. Florida does not take my insurance. So this is your sign, signing off. I am working on this whole healing process. So I might not know for an entire month if I'm going to the Mayo Clinic, but Rochester, Minnesota takes my insurance, and I'm considered in network if I go there. So I'm not just waiting for them to let me know if I get to go there. What I'm going to do is I'm going to interview them too. It goes both ways. Even though I need them, they need me too. They need patience. So this is your sign signing off. Thanks so much for watching. Stay tuned, and I will see you all next week.